Hello there, welcome back to another YouTube video with Ungainly Titan. We're here on Sandriver, I'm on the HWK, we're playing World of Tanks Mercenaries on the Xbox One, and this is one of those games where sometimes you kind of despair of humanity. I'm in the HWK, the matchmaking is not bad. I mean, you know, it's pretty evenly distributed matchmaking by tank. At least in my opinion. They've got a reasonable sprinkling of heavy tanks, medium tanks and light tanks, and we have the same, and roughly around similar on the tiers. I mean, I don't think there's anything particularly outrageous in the matchmaking. They have slightly more platoons, and I'm not sure whether that had much of an outcome or much of an effect on the outcome. I went for the centre here, but then I saw that there was another medium tank and a light tank coming in my direction, so I thought, right, let them play in the centre, and I'll come up here and scout along the ridgeline, just staying low to avoid being shot at from the enemy base. We have a reasonable sprinkling of tanks, or at least it appears that way, coming out the north side. We don't have enough going south. There's too many heavy tanks hanging around the base. Now, tanks hanging around the base on the western spawn aren't completely useless if they've set themselves up to fire on people spotted in the direction of the enemy base, like that beachcomber or beach party, whatever the hell it is, that's in the end of the dune there. I'm probably a bit slow crossing the dune, but there's already an allied tank committed, and he's only got one real opponent. I cross over at this point, and I really should have waited a bit longer for that shot. However, and I'm going to regret every missed shot later on in this game, like, just by the nature of the game. The HWK got tracked there, but he didn't, or the engine was taken out, but he repaired it quite quickly. And I'm following up trying to get the kill, because we're down a tank already, but it's, you know, we still don't have enough in the south. We have too many tanks in the wadi. It's always a bad sign when you see tanks actually in the wadi. It's low ground. I mean, people make joke about Star Wars and the high ground thing, but it's a real thing. I mean, high ground is an actual advantage in many respects, because, especially in tanks, because your upper armor is not as strong as your frontal and side armor. So if you're shooting down into people, you get an advantage, and very often it negates the sloping on the forward edge of your armor. So one thing you want to try being in is a hold. Now, that's not the same as hold down positions and things like that. They're an advantage, but you don't want to be in a hold down position that's in a hole where the people who are shooting at you from above. However, I did a drive-by there. The Pershing then got a little too brave and went in after the Pantera, and he finished up on a 2-to-1 situation. I'm out here against the T-34-3, but I don't want to really fight him because he might shoot me back. I want to keep moving and shooting around. I noticed that my ally was in trouble here, but by the time I noticed, she would say he was dead. However, I thought I would be able to finish off that HWK, or at least have a chance, especially if we went up here and did that. We're 4 tanks down, and I'm responsible for half the kills that our team have made so far, which is not a great sign. And in fact, the tank that is responsible for the other kill is dead already, so that's not a great sign either. There's a KV-3 versus the T-34-3, and I thought a one-on-one fights again. It's unfair. We don't want, or it's fair. We don't want fair fights. We want to make them as unfair as possible for our side. So I come up here, put a shot in, and that's just enough to give the KV-3 a chance to finish him off. Although, I do think this is a bad position for KV-3. But at least he shot an enemy tank. There's 6 of us left. We're about to lose the cap circle. We're not in a position to stop them capping, and I thought, okay, there's 5 of them surely. Because I saw an opportunity here on the enemy base. There's 5 of them, surely they'd be able to kill a tank or 2 between them. Now, I wasn't actually worried about beach party. because I'd been around him before and I knew he wasn't up to the job. I was far more worried about the T-29 behind him. Although, given the nature of the game, the fact that the T-29 was behind him made him probably less of a threat than a T-29 that was out there doing something. And here's where I make the biggest mistake. That brief glimpse of a tank there on my left as you're passing was a Black Prince. Now I knew as soon as I fired the Excalibur was AFK. So I thought, okay, we get rid of the tank, we're shooting back. So the T-29 is the one that's shooting back, so I need to get rid of him. And just keep moving. Don't give the T-29 a chance to either ram me. Now he's a stock T-29. Or at least it's a stock turret, and it's probably the 90mm gun. Which is good enough to do the job. Here, I shouldn't have done it. I should have continued to ignore the Excalibur. My excuse was at the time that he was spotting me, and that I was putting cap pressure on. But as I said, I hadn't noticed the Black Prince. If I'd known the Black Prince was there, and I should have realised really, that the Black Prince was there, I should have gone after the Black Prince. Because A, I would have gotten closer to the Black Prince while I was still down in a hole, and therefore it wouldn't have got the 2 shots into me that it did, or might not have gotten the 2 shots into me that it did. And secondly, I know from what's going on now, that I'd have been able to take this Black Prince. I still had the room down there to drive around him, and in fact I had probably less obstacles down inside the wadi than I have up here. So I could have done the drive around him thing. I would have had an extra 30 seconds or so to do it in, because I wouldn't have spent that time shooting the Excalibur. And I might have managed to kill the Black Prince before the VK4502 nailed me from halfway across the map. And I might have been able to break contact with the Black Prince, escape into the dunes to the south, and maybe take out another tank or two. I'd probably take out the Excalibur at that stage. I don't think I'd have won the game. There was a couple of light and medium tanks, high tier light and medium tanks on the enemy team. We'll see now when it flips over. We got a first class mastery and a high caliber with over 4,000 damage. It came number 1 by experience. But as you can see, as well as the 4502, there was a P43 Terror, a Batchat, and an AMX 1375. And I don't think I would have survived contact with either or any of those 3, and might have had a chance against the VK45 if I could get close enough. The light tanks, the low tier tanks, I wouldn't have worried about. I could have probably beaten them. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out, and if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.